These are the devastating moments when officers are compelled to open fire on children, right before the eyes of their parents. In this video, we explore the intense and often tragic encounters that unfold when law enforcement faces imminent threats involving young lives. This is a sobering glimpse into the complexities of policing in high-stakes situations, where every decision can alter lives forever. We begin with the tragic incident involving Daniel Knight, whose actions turned a joyous wedding celebration into a scene of chaos and confrontation. On February 20th, 2022, a wedding celebration in Winter Park took a tragic turn. What was meant to be a joyous occasion descended into chaos when a confrontation erupted between wedding guests and the police. Among those involved was 39-year-old Daniel Knight, whose actions would escalate the situation dramatically. The incident began as a disturbance call, but tensions quickly escalated when Knight allegedly confronted and attacked the responding officers. As the situation intensified, officers found themselves in a volatile confrontation, ultimately resorting to lethal force in what they described as a defense against Knight's aggressive behavior. Bodycam footage captured the tense moments as officers arrived on the scene. Wedding guests appeared stunned. Some shouted in panic, while others stood frozen, caught between disbelief and fear. Amidst the confusion was Daniel Knight, visibly intoxicated and agitated, refusing to comply with the officers' commands.
Hey, partner. Hey. 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 Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Step away from him. Step away from him. Get some more units over here. Step away from him. Hey. Hey. Let it go. Get away from him. Get away from him now. Step back, ma'am. Step back.
You touched my sister. Hey, you touched my sister.
Some more units over here.
Wait.
Step back. Step back.
Just strong.
Put your hands. Step back. Step back. Put your hands by your back now.
The officers gave commands in an effort to regain control of the situation. His aggression was building, and his actions were becoming more unpredictable. Without any warning, Knight suddenly attacked, striking an officer in the back of the head.
Put your hands by your back now! Put your hands...
Knight's punch knocks the officer off balance, causing him to momentarily lose focus. As the situation rapidly worsens, the second officer, seeing no other option, draws his firearm and shoots Knight in the chest. The officers swiftly secured the area and called for medical assistance. Meanwhile, the family members, visibly upset, struggled to come to terms with the distressing reality.
Stay back, ma'am, please. Stay back, please.
Switch your rotation with CPR.
Okay, all right. What?
You don't know how to fight, bro.
Go away. Now. Go away.
Illegal permission. Not illegal permission. It's not illegal.
You don't know what happened. You better go find yourself somewhere. You married. Mind your business.
You married black cop?
What?
Black cop, man. You married black cop?
Oh, you big man. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh, come on.
You better go.
You married black cop? You married black cop?
What?
We need it. We need it.
As the wedding guests began to depart, the suspect's mother appeared and was heartbroken to find her son lying on the ground, shot.
Please, dear Heavenly Father, no, dear Lord, no. No, we were celebrating. He didn't have any weapons.
My experience with Orlando.
We were celebrating.
Where's the ambulance?
The first responding officers had to be pulled away from the scene as their presence only fueled the family's anger.
He was gonna kill us, man. Yo, he damn straight was gonna kill us, man. I went down. He hit me so hard.
He hit me so hard, I blacked out, bro.
Hey, can we?
I blacked out.
While the family struggled to hold the suspect accountable, it was Knight's violent actions that ultimately led to the tragic outcome, which could have been avoided. This next case is both shocking and tragic. Imagine a father forced to watch as his own daughter is shot right before his eyes. On April 20th, 2021, officers responded to a critical 911 call about a violent altercation. Upon arrival, they found a chaotic fight involving a 16-year-old girl, Ma'Khia Bryant, and several other girls at a foster home, with knives being used in the confrontation.
It's on Legion Lane.
What's the emergency there?
Oh, well, never mind. The police are already out here. Never mind. Thank you.
As the officer arrived at the scene, the tension was palpable. Ma'Khia Bryant was spotted tackling another girl to the ground, holding what appeared to be a knife. The urgency of the situation was immediately clear.
Hey! What's going on? What's going on? Hey! 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 Get down! Get down! Get down!
What happened next was shocking but necessary in the moment. Officer Nicholas Reardon was confronted with a life-or-death decision. He fired several shots, striking Bryant and ending the immediate threat.
No! You ain't shoot my fucking baby! You shot my baby!
This led to an uproar from the girl's father, who was at the scene witnessing this moment.
True.
She shot!
Back up.
Is she shot?
She had a knife. She just went at her.
She's a kid, man! Baby shot! Are you stupid? Kid?
The father's response was notably hypocritical, considering he had just kicked one of the minors involved in the altercation and did nothing to intervene when his daughter attempted to stab another girl. The aftermath was distressing, with a knife lying beside Bryant's body. The scene quickly became even more chaotic as officers worked to secure the area and called for medical assistance.
Okay.
All right, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do?
Try to pull her.
All right. All right, what do you need? You need me to pull her down? This way. Pull her out this way. All right. Hold on. I'll take this.
200.
At her with a knife.
A kid with a knife. You shot her cousin with a knife.
She charged her when she came at her with a knife.
You didn't have to shoot her with
Despite the tragic loss of life, it's important to acknowledge the context. Bryant's actions endangered multiple lives, including her own, and the officers were responsible for stopping an immediate threat. The controversy surrounding the case is further intensified by Ma'Khia's father defending her actions, despite clear evidence of her violent behavior. He stood by her, emphasizing her age as a minor, rather than acknowledging the actions that led to the tragic incident.
Went at her.
She's a kid, man. Baby shot. Are you stupid? Kid?
In situations involving violent aggression, the use of force by police may appear severe but is often required to maintain public safety. The officer's decision to use force was motivated by the need to protect, not by malice. The next is extremely shocking, as the mother could only watch in horror while the officers shot her son right in front of her.
You guys shot him. Why? I don't know. I wasn't here. Why? Because he had a warrant? Are you serious? I was here. I watched it.
On April 11, 2021, in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a tragedy that shook the community. Officers pulled over 20-year-old Daunte Wright and his girlfriend for a traffic violation. But the situation intensified when they discovered Wright had an outstanding warrant. In a heartbreaking twist, Wright's mother was on a video call with his girlfriend during the incident, witnessing the unfolding events from afar. As officers approached Wright's vehicle, they attempted to remove him from the car and place him under arrest. What followed serves as a painful reminder of the split-second decisions that police officers are often forced to make, with outcomes that can forever alter lives in an instant.
You're under arrest, Daunte.
But Wright resisted, attempting to flee back into his car. With 26 years of experience, Officer Kim Potter reached for what she believed was her taser. But instead, her firearm discharged, striking Daunte Wright. Officer Potter's immediate reaction was one of shock and distress, as she realized a tragic mistake had been made. Wright's car rolled forward, coming to a stop several blocks away. Despite the efforts of paramedics who arrived shortly after, Wright was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving behind a grieving community and a deeply shaken police force.
You dead?
Yes!
Okay.
My grits are all yes!
Okay.
My grits are all I shot him! Oh my god!
Okay. Kim, sit down. Okay. 3205, we got shots fired. Start more units, please. We're gonna need additional units to Noble and 63rd.
Are you okay? Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Reach your neck and several at gunpoint. 63rd Captain Drive.
Kim, take a breath, okay?
Just breathe. Injured as well.
Wright's mother, who had been on a video call with his girlfriend during the ordeal, arrived at the scene moments later, desperate and overwhelmed by the unfolding tragedy. Her presence added another layer of heartbreak to an already devastating situation as she confronted the reality of her son's death.
Brian, his mom, I want to see you now, please. He's over 20.
I don't know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
What happened?
He FaceTime live. Ma'am, I'm going to get you somebody to talk to. I'm going to get you someone to talk to. Okay? But I just can't have you going over there right now, okay?
Ma'am, my name is Mark. My name is Mark. What is your name? Can I have you sit on the ledge here?
You guys shot him. Why?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Why? Because he had a warrant. Are you serious? I was here. I watched it.
Can you just sit down? Tell me what's going on, because I wasn't here.
No. Where's the girl that was in the car with him? You guys made her hang up Facebook Live so you could kill my son. That's pretty pathetic.
The officers tried to explain what had happened, but it was clear she wasn't interested in hearing them out.
What is your name? My name is Katie Bryant. My son's name is Daunte Wright. You guys already know that. I don't. Katie Bryant. It was a high-speed chase. Bryant? How? And then what's your son's name? Daunte Wright. It was not a high-speed chase. You guys shot him in a pullover traffic. I didn't do anything, ma'am. Yeah, you did. He was laying in his front seat dead. His girlfriend Facebooked me. How did his car get smashed?
The officers then stood by as she described how she had seen it all unfold in real time through the video call.
Okay, so I wasn't here. You said there was a traffic stop and they shot
They
him?
pulled him over, and he said, Mom, do you have a warrant? I said, I don't know. They asked him to get out of the car. He got out of the car, and they said, wait, stop. They said, stop. And then she goes, and then they shot him, and he fell back in the seat. And he was in the driver's seat, and she said, they shot him. And I said, what do you mean they shot him? She said, yeah. And then they told her to hang up, and that was it. I don't know nothing else. So I had to call you guys to find out where this happened.
I really don't know more because I just came because I heard there was trouble.
Why is my car smashed up?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This deputy here wasn't. We weren't here, but.
Is he alive? I do not know the condition. I don't know.
Are you guys serious? What are you talking to me for then?
protesters quickly gathered outside the Brooklyn Center Police Department, demanding justice for Daunte Wright. Tensions ran high as officers held their line against an angry crowd, enduring thrown objects and shattered windows. In an effort to control the escalating unrest, authorities deployed tear gas and stun grenades, as the city struggled to contain the mounting violence. This case sparked renewed national discussions on police training, decision-making under pressure, and accountability.
This appears to me, from what I've viewed and the officer's reaction and distress immediately after, that this was an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright.
Officer Potter, who fired the fatal shot, faced charges of first-degree and second-degree manslaughter and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. In the following case, a mother is left devastated after watching her autistic son get shot right before her eyes.
And I hear, get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get on the ground! Bam, 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 bam!
On September 5, 2020, Salt Lake City officers were called by a concerned mother worried about her 13-year-old autistic son, who was experiencing an emotional crisis and might turn aggressive.
So my father was murdered January 16th, and literally our whole lives fell apart. Like my business, everything, like nothing matters.
Earlier that year, the boy's grandfather, the woman's father, had been shot and killed by police, which likely contributed to the child's fear and anxiety towards law enforcement. This tragic family history added another layer of complexity to an already sensitive situation.
And he reacts to the outfits and everything like that. There's nothing we can do about that, because you're the only people we can call, because the insurance, I paid like freaking like a whole year's worth of salary last month to get him treatment in Nevada because his insurance wouldn't cover it. I had to take him out against medical advice because of the fact I couldn't afford freaking $1,600 a day no more for a damn daycare that's not changing him.
Okay. What's going on tonight?
So anyway, I normally don't, lately I haven't been working because I've been so depressed, and I've just like been sending my workers, and my business has been kind of spiraling because I can't get undepressed, but whatever.
Linden's mother had reached out to the officers for help in getting her son to a medical facility. However, during their conversation, she revealed a detail that dramatically altered the course of events. This uncertainty set the stage for what was to come, playing a pivotal role in the unfolding situation, as you'll soon see.
What is it that you want from us tonight?
We need him to go to the hospital. I need him to go to the hospital. I cannot get in there on my own.
Okay.
And I cannot do this every night. I will end up like not being able to handle myself. Like the more I talk to him, the more it fires back. Like it's,
and then we have some notes about some weapons possibly in the house.
Yeah, I do know that my worker was like, did you know like Linden has like a BB gun? And I was like,
are you sure it's a BB gun?
I don't know if it's a BB gun. I don't know if it's a pellet gun. I don't know if it's a prop weapon, because my other son.
But you don't know if it's a real gun either.
I don't believe it's a real gun. I don't believe it's a real gun.
So unfortunately, we have to kind of treat them all as if they are.
I know.
The officers, acting on the information provided, cautiously approached the residence.
Where'd he go? Did he leave the backyard?
However, as they entered the backyard, the boy suddenly bolted, sparking a tense-foot chase.
He jumped. He jumped. Freak, let me see your hands! He's... Yeah. Hey, go around.
One officer jumped over the fence in pursuit of the boy and then made a drastic decision, taking an extreme action that would have serious consequences.
.222 still westbound. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground now! On the ground!
Despite being called by the boy's mother to help safely transport her son to the hospital, the officers unexpectedly shot him multiple times without any clear justification. This shocking turn of events left the family and community reeling, questioning how a call for help could end in such a tragic outcome.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
I don't feel good.
Show me your hands!
I'm on Mama Lava.
Although the boy was critically injured, he ultimately recovered after several weeks and numerous surgeries.
Barton tells me that the now 14-year-old has undergone numerous surgeries and physical therapy, but still doesn't have the use of his left hand.
The mother later shared her thoughts on the officer's actions in an interview.
Barton called the police and asked for a crisis intervention team
that knows how to deal with people with mental health issues, okay? So you call them, and they're supposed to come out and be able to de-escalate a situation using the most minimal force possible. He's unarmed. He doesn't have anything. He just gets mad and he starts yelling and screaming and he's a kid. He's trying to get attention. He doesn't know how to regulate. And I hear, "Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get on the ground! Bam! 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 Bam!"
Later that year, the family and the city came to an agreement, settling their civil lawsuit for $3 million. In the following case, a mother was left horrified as she witnessed an officer open fire on both her boyfriend and her 4-year-old child. The traumatic scene escalated rapidly, leaving the mother in shock and disbelief as the violence struck her loved ones right before her eyes. On the night of March 16, 2024, officers were dispatched following multiple 911 calls reporting a violent domestic disturbance. The body cam footage captures the harrowing moments when officers were compelled to confront an armed suspect in a situation that quickly spiraled out of control. A sense of urgency filled the air. Reports suggested there might have been gunfire. Within minutes, officers arrived on the scene and were immediately directed to the east side stairwell by a person pointing them upstairs. But what they heard and saw next sent chills through their veins. The desperate screams of a woman begging for help and bloodstains splattered on the walls. The scene was a stark and terrifying reminder of the imminent danger they were stepping into.
Call police, open the door. Huh? Call police, open the door. Huh?
Knowing that every second mattered, the officers forced their way into the apartment. Inside, they were confronted with a scene of escalating horror that unfolded rapidly before their eyes. The suspect, a naked man armed with a knife, was immediately spotted, posing a direct threat to everyone around him. Officers shouted commands, urgently trying to get him to drop the weapon and show his hands. But he remained unyielding and aggressive. As the officers desperately tried to take control of the situation, the man grabbed 4-year-old Terrell Miller, holding the child tightly against his chest. In that chilling moment, the man revealed his true nature, using the innocent child as a human shield. This monstrous act forced the officers into a split-second decision, where any wrong move could mean the difference between life and death for the child. And in that instant, another heartbreaking reality set in. Terrell Miller, the innocent child, was also struck. The officers quickly rendered aid, urgently calling for medical assistance. But despite their efforts, both the child and the suspect were tragically pronounced dead at the scene. This man, a violent individual who used his own child as a shield, forced everyone into an impossible position. He was the true villain, orchestrating a scenario where tragedy seemed almost unavoidable. In this instance, the trauma hit the father so profoundly that he was left permanently scarred, never able to fully heal.
I'm thinking about joining them, you know.
Sierra's police officers initiated a pursuit after multiple reports about teenagers threatening people and brandishing a gun from their car, which was also connected to a hit-and-run incident. When the car finally came to a stop, one of the passengers, who was armed, exited the vehicle, prompting the officer to take immediate and drastic action. The footage began with officers in pursuit, the tension already high as they closed in on a group of suspects near an orchard.
RP now. That's on hold call ambulance.
28 comes back out of Hickman on Montpelier. Copy on town on today.
The 15-year-old boy, now clearly visible to the officer, was attempting to flee. In a matter of seconds, as the officer exited his vehicle, the situation escalated to a tragic climax. The officer drew his weapon without any attempts at de-escalation, offering no warnings or commands. Instead, he fired repeatedly, leading to a devastating outcome.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! 94, shot fired, 9 shot fired. Get on the ground now!
The situation that started with a pursuit of suspects had escalated to a fatal outcome in mere seconds, with a teenager's life cut short, and no evidence that he posed any direct threat. The officer advances, closing in on the boy who's now lying in the field, motionless.
Next unit, take the 4 prone. I got 1 in the field. In the field, do not move. I will shoot you again. Do not move. Nobody move. Anybody shot? Hands up. Put your hands up now. Hands. He's got
left hand underneath. Left hand underneath.
All right. Somebody's got to make a move on this. Here, I'm gonna step off. You guys go.
The other occupants of the vehicle were arrested and taken into custody as a supervisor arrived on the scene. Confusion and chaos began to unfold. While there was talk of a handgun, no weapon was immediately visible on the boy. The officer who fired the shots claimed he had no other option, but the footage reveals a starkly different story, casting doubt on the necessity of his actions.
Okay, shot him. I did. Okay. 4 in the car. 1 fled into the field with a handgun in his hand. I don't see the handgun with him. He ran straight from here, straight into the field. There's a handgun that's outstanding. Okay. Magazine worth of ammunition, so about 14 shots. He's the only one that's outstanding. Everything else is here.
Did you shoot at him or did he shoot you?
I shot at him.
Okay. Did he shoot back?
No.
Only rounds are in this direction of the field?
Correct. In the northeast direction.
Okay.
The boy's family was informed afterward, and the father was devastated, breaking down in tears upon hearing the news.
Thinking about joining them, But I don't, I got family and all that stuff. But for him to go by himself, no.
What happened in that orchard is a stark reminder of the severe consequences when law enforcement fails to apply de-escalation techniques in their training and handling high-stress situations. The next case is profoundly shocking, as the mother could only watch in horror while officers shot her son right before her eyes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Put it down! Put it down!
On March 27, 2024, a heartbreaking incident occurred in Queens. This disturbing story is the tragic tale of the police shooting of 19-year-old Win Rozario, which began as a routine wellness check. New York City police were called to Win Rozario's residence, following a call made by Win himself, reporting that he was experiencing a mental crisis. What should have been a compassionate intervention quickly spiraled into a fatal confrontation.
What's up, man? You called?
Brother did?
Yeah. What is it? Hold on. Nope. What's going on, bro? He's nothing at episode. What kind of episode?
Like, yeah, bipolar schizo, like...
Nah, like, he just...
On episodes, yeah.
Like, basically, like, he was just going crazy. Like, you don't even know what he's doing, to be honest.
How old's your brother?
He's 19.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Where's your dad?
He's not home. He's on
So who did I speak to on the phone?
I think it's my mom.
No, I spoke to a guy. He called on himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
Take anything? Did you take anything?
I don't think so.
High on drugs?
I don't believe that.
Is he diagnosed or anything? Go ahead. Able to get in. I'm going to go to second floor.
Anybody else in the house? No?
As the officers arrived, Wynn, visibly distressed, was seen reaching for a pair of scissors. The situation, already tense, escalated when he turned to face the officers. The officers deployed a taser, but it only briefly deterred Rozario.
What's up, Lee? Yo. Whoa. Let him go. Let go of him and back up. Let go of him. Nick! Please don't shoot my mother.
His mother, trying desperately to protect her son, intervened, knocking the prongs off him. Her attempt to shield Rozario only added to the chaos.
We're not. Tell him to get the out of the way. Get out of the way. Now. Get away from my mother. Miss. Please do not shoot my mother. I'm not going to, but please do not. Don't.
Sergio, get me another car over here real quick.
Miss, get away.
His mother had briefly contained him, but the second officer made a critical error. Despite multiple taser deployments, he felt the need to escalate the situation further by using another taser. This provoked an unpredictable reaction from Wynn, leading to a series of unfortunate and bewildering events. In the ensuing chaos, the officers drew their firearms, turning a moment of crisis into a tragic confrontation.
Get out of the way! Get her out of the way! I'm so sorry! Get her out of the way now! No! Put it down! Put it down!
The NYPD asserted that the officers acted out of necessity, citing the immediate threat Rozario posed. However, the Rozario family contends that the video reveals their son being killed in cold blood, accusing the police of worsening the crisis rather than de-escalating it. The footage clearly shows Wynn had already set the scissors down. The second taser deployment, unfortunately, became a lethal mistake. The NYPD has stated that the officers involved are now on modified assignments, and the Attorney General is conducting a standard investigation. The community is left to grapple with the loss of a young man who, according to his loved ones, deserved compassionate care that was tragically absent.